Rob, we are expecting Representative Collins.
We are.
Okay,
He said he would be here.
I'll watch for his name.
You guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. I got my laptop crashed, and so I'm on a temporary, and I don't know what's hooked up and what's not.
And Rob, we'll keep, I don't think I mentioned this last time, and let's keep with anybody who wants to speak one way or another, that they put their name and who they're representing in chat. And that way
Okay.
we've got it
Okay.
for the record, and that'll show you an order to go by also.
Okay.
And it helps me for the minutes as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Could this be? Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay. Representative Collins, good morning.
Good morning. Appreciate y'all having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you for being here.
Sure.
Looks like we got everyone except Mr. Gruber and Mr. Steinbach.
Right. Want me to go ahead? I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Welcome everybody to the Arkansas Freedom of Information Act Task Force, January 20th. First on the agenda is approval of the January 6th minutes. I hope everybody had an opportunity to look over them. Anybody have a motion on the minutes?
So move they be approved.
A second?
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Minutes for January 6th are approved.
And we do have Will Gruber on also.
Okay, he's on the phone. Okay.
He's on the phone, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I guess he'll unmute if he needs to speak.
Okay, yeah. Okay, our item on the agenda today is a House Bill 1099 by Representative Collins. It's an amendment to the FOI that specifies the time for which one can seek an opinion from the Attorney General on whether a decision of a public records custodian regarding the release of certain public records is consistent with the law. Representative Collins is here today. And Representative Collins, could you explain your amendment?
Sure, happy to. First, can you hear me okay? Everything good with the sound? Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
So this was brought to me by, the issue was brought to me by a constituent who was seeking an Attorney General's opinion. He was actually the subject of the records as well as the requester, and he was too late. And that was on him. It really wasn't a flaw necessarily with the law, but it raised to my attention the fact that we say in this section indicating when you can seek the Attorney General's opinion that it has to be done immediately. And immediately is, kind of a problematic term. It's kind of a vague term. One person's immediately could be someone else's not immediately. It has been interpreted by the Attorney General in previous opinions what immediately means to them, but it is a matter of interpretation and it's not in statute. And so that is unclear to any of the people who could seek the opinion, whether it's the custodian, requester, or the subject. Unless you don't know what immediately means. And I don't really see that as being beneficial to anybody. I think clarity is probably preferable to unclarity in law, especially when we're talking about rights under the FOIA, which are so important. So Senator Payton and I came up with essentially just a clarification of immediately. The intent is not really to change immediately, but to just say, what do we mean when we say immediately? And so what we came up with was before the close of the office of the Attorney General the next business day. And that was what the Attorney General Griffin thought, he thought that would be appropriate in his interpretation of immediately. So we wanted to kind of defer to him. That was, Senator Payton's conversation with him. That's what we came up with. I think it is essentially the same thing. It's not really intended to be a change per se, although it just puts a finite time in which you have to have that request into the AG's office. And I think the goal really, the principal goal is clarity so everyone knows their rights.
All right. Any questions by task force members? Any thoughts, comments?
I appreciate the clarity. Don't know that, and I deal with this a lot when we get requests for personnel records. I don't know that it's usually the biggest issue is just trying to get, especially if it's a former employee, it's trying to get a current email address or home phone or home address. But more often than not, that works out pretty well. And it's just and then it's a matter of just trying to get the individual to check their email, see the email and to respond to. But it usually works out. But I appreciate the clarity. I don't see a downside to it.
I agree with Jeff. I appreciate the clarity as well. Anytime we can make it clear to avoid unnecessary fights, I think it's a good thing. So I appreciate the bill.
Thank you.
Any other thoughts, comments from task force members? Yeah, open it up for comments from interested parties who are listening, watching. We would ask that if you want to make a comment, please put your name and the organization that you represent in chat so we can see who you are and where you're from. But anybody in the audience like to comment? Ashley Wimberly. Go ahead. Or are you just commenting
I
that
think
you?
she's just commenting.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I know it was discussed by the FY Coalition, and it was supported at their last meeting. So it has been reviewed by them.
I'd move to endorse House Bill 1099.
Okay, we have a motion to endorse House Bill 1099. A second?
I second it.
All right. All in favor of House Bill 1099, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Nope, the ayes have it. All right, Representative Collins, that was pretty quick, pretty easy. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate
Very
it.
much.
Thank you. You need to step off here?
You're welcome to stay if you'd like, or I don't know what your schedule is, but I just want to say thank you for being here.
Okay. Well,
Thanks, Representative Collins.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Any other public comments? As we move to kind of wrap up.
We haven't
today.
seen any other, we've been monitoring legislation. I haven't seen anything else.
Right.
Kind of slow start.
Yeah, we are checking daily and haven't seen much.
But at least a slow start on things that pertain to us.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did.
Hardly a slow start.
Right, well, yeah.
Neil.
Yes. There were a couple of bills. Remember last time we met, we talked about bills that basically they discussed the FOI, but they also are covered by HIPAA. There were a couple bills that were filed like that, which we decided not to run because it's already covered by HIPAA. So, and as this time, we'll keep monitoring the bills, and if anything comes up, we'll call a meeting. But I still like the Fridays at 11, so we'll just keep that in our back pocket until we meet again.
I will be out of town next Friday. Well, I'll be traveling, so I can, if we have something to review, I can still set up the meeting and authorize someone else to host. But I'll have to be out. So
Okay.
We just I'll stay in touch with Rob on it.
All right. If there's nothing else, thank you so much. And we'll see you next week or the week after.
Okay. Thanks, Rob.
You bet.
Good seeing
Thank you.
everybody.
Rob, thank
Thank
you,
you.
Jeff.
Have a good weekend.
Adjourned.
Bye, y'all.